Fight Fiend Forecast. I'm Joseph, the host, and we are back in New York City at Madison Square Garden, and we got two title fights, one interim title fight, and one real title fight. And John Jones is off the card, so we got Yuri Procházka, Alex Pereira, title fight, light heavyweight. It's going to be a banger fight. And then the interim fight is the heavyweight division between Sergey Pavlovich and Tom Aspinall. We're in for a treat, everybody, in New York City. So let's wake, let's bake, and let's make some cake in New York City. Let's go get it. If you haven't yet subscribed to the channel, please do so. And smash that like button while you're there. We're going to make some bread here. And like I said, the cake is going to be sweet. So let's start it off with the prelims. First up, we're going to go to Tapology and see who the first fight of the night is, because my slides are all over the place. First fight of the night is Denis Buzukja and Jamall Emmers, and this fight gets me excited. And you want to know why? Because I have my underdog locked in. I have my lock locked in. I'm 4 in a row on lock of the week. The locks are hot. I hit my last two over-unders of the week, so I'm going to do an over-under this week as well for Discord and Patreon members only. So if you're not in Discord, if you're not in Patreon, get in there right now because the over-unders are hot as well. But my dog of the week, I'll give it to you right now. Denis Buzukja. This guy's trained at Longo and Weidman MMA with Aljamain Sterling and a couple other guys on this card, Nazim, Sadykhov, and another dog, Matt Frevola. So there's 3 guys at that gym, and it's in New York City. I feel like, maybe all 3 get it done. Definitely this underdog here. First fight of the night against Jamall Emmers. I'm going to take him. He's plus 240. And listen, he's 11-3, lost his last fight, but it was short notice against Sean Woodson. He had some moments in that fight. He actually almost found the knockout shot. TKO, actually. He was ground and pounding him. It was pretty close, but Sean Woodson got up quick. Sean Woodson is a sniper and won that fight unanimous decision. I know maybe the TKO wasn't that close, but listen, he was short notice, and in this fight, I think he's going to be very close to the TKO. And the fact that it's in New York City, I think the fans are going to be loud. They're going to be obviously cheering for this guy here. They're not going to be cheering for the guy from California, Jamall Emmers, who's going, right now I see win-loss in the UFC. Loss, win, loss. Due for the win. I'm going against it, though. I think he's going back-to-back losses. Jamall Emmers, last time, he should have won. He definitely should have won against Jack Jenkins. He was in Australia, didn't get it done. Judges, unfortunately didn't give it to him. If it goes the distance in this fight, maybe he gets slimed again. Back-to-back losses, I'm calling for Jamall Emmers. Let's see how it goes. His only win was 23-0. Hussein Askabov. That guy's locked up in jail now. He was a fraud. Looking at his other win here, is it that impressive? I don't really think so. Vince Cachero, 7-2. Where's that guy at? They're not doing too much. You look at the side of Denis Buzukja. He has a lot of finishes. Couple submissions, couple knockouts. I think he's going to get it done by finish, guys. So let's play it by finish inside the distance. This underdog's going to get it done. If you don't feel safe playing it inside the distance, let's just play it money line because I'm probably going to have that as a bet as well. Let's keep it going. And next up, we got a fight in the flyweight division. This guy's making his first UFC appearance, Kevin Borja, against Joshua Van, his second UFC appearance. And Van is still only 22 years old, made his UFC debut against Zhalgas Zhumagulov, and got that one done by split decision. It was a close fight, but in his debut, 22 years old, looked pretty good. Now, he's the favorite here. He had a couple finishes on the regional scene. I feel like he's going to get this one done. I'm looking at Kevin Borjas, and he hasn't beat the most impressive guys on the regional scene, so I got to side with the favorite. I feel like he's the rightful favorite. Victor Diaz. Borjas wasn't able to find the finish there. He did win it unanimous decision, but, as an underdog, I'm not going to take a stab at this guy. I'm going with the favorite on to the next one. I don't think I'll even bet this one because there's a lot of better spots to bet on this card for sure. And next up, we got a banger of a fight, and this guy's going to get underestimated 100%, Kyung Ho Kang, and he's fighting John Castaneda. But listen, the pick's probably going to be Castaneda, but hear me out. This guy, Kyung Hang, he might be inactive, but he's 4-5 in his last 5. His last fight, I was pretty high on Quinones. He got the submission in round 1. So I don't really know what to expect in this fight. He's definitely live, maybe even for a finish. So I'm not sure how I'm going to play this one. Castaneda, looking at it, likely going to win the decision. Muin Gafurov beat him by a decision. Wasn't able to find a finish. Miles Johns found the finish there. Round 3, arm triangle. That's a pretty decent win, actually. He might be able to find the submission. He knocked out Eddie Wineland. A lot of people can knock out Eddie Wineland, so Lean in submission for Castaneda, but geez, Kyung Ho Kang, this guy here from South Korea, he could find the submission as well. I was super high on Godinez there, and he found the submission. So I'm not going to count him out here. He's definitely a live dog. He also beat Dana Backreel, another good win. I'm going to see these guys face off. I'm going with the favorite right now, obviously by a decision. Not confident at all. Let's see what Topology thinks. And Topology actually has Kang as the favorite, 56%. Maybe the lines have switched because I have not changed the slides yet. I have the odds from yesterday, so if any odds have changed, just know those odds are from yesterday. Kang could be the favorite now. Castaneda, I know he was just a slight favorite, but Topology has him 44%. 77% Castaneda by decision. That's what I'm leaning right now just because he was the favorite. But like I said, Kang is live. Definitely live. I said by a finish. Nobody thinks it's a finish. They actually think 83% Kang decision if he's to win it. We'll see how it goes. I'm staying clear of that one. Let's keep it going. I think these prelims are going to be quite sketchy. I'm not going to lose any money. But on this fight here, I'm getting tempted here. Jared Gordon versus Mark Madsen, the Olympian. He had his first loss, though, against Grant Dawson in the 3rd round. I don't know what this guy's going to do after a loss. Like, he did look decent in the UFC, was squeezing out wins. Unanimous decision, split decision. You know, not that impressive. He did knock out this guy that was 12-4, but I don't think he's going to knock out Jared Gordon. Jared Gordon's pretty good on the feet against Bobby Green in his last fight. He looked pretty decent. It was a clash of heads there in the 1st round. He can use the wrestling here against Mark Madsen. I know that sounds crazy, but, you know, sometimes to beat a wrestler, you have to wrestle. This guy can wrestle. Jared Gordon, he's training with a lot of good guys, and I believe he can get this one done. Killcliff FC, they're getting a lot of wins. So I'm going Jared Gordon right now. I feel like Jared Gordon, after that decision loss to Paddy the Batty, and then the clash of heads to Bobby Green, he's very hungry for a win, and I'm pretty confident he'll get this one done. Next up, we got the first lock on the card, and if you're on Discord, you have early access to the locks. I have 2 of them. Both of them are out there already. If you're on Patreon, you also have early access, so jump on Patreon. It's only $5 a month. Super cheap. I have all sports on Patreon too, all the bets until the end of the year, so come 2024, I might open an all sports Patreon tier. So jump on Patreon right now, $5 a month. All sports bets are in there right now. But the locks, early access, you're going to want it. Because I can bet that both my locks this week are going to move down in price and we're going to lose some value. But if you had early access, you got the value. First one, I know you guys want to know who it is. I'm on a heater. 4 in a row. But here it is. Nazim Sadykhov, another guy training at Longo and Weidman MMA. Like I said, there's 3 of them on the card. I'm going to take an underdog for one. I'm taking a lock for the other. Sadykhov is definitely going to win this fight against Borshchev. Borshchev gets taken down, and when he gets taken down in this fight, I think he's going to get submitted. Sadykhov just beat Terrence McKinney by submission. He also looked very good against Elvin Elder in the 3rd round. Doctor stopped the fight with a cut. He's going to find a way to finish this fight. He's at home. The crowd's going to be electric for him. They're not going to be cheering for this Russian whatsoever. The judges won't be cheering for the Russian whatsoever. So I'm telling you right now, trust in me when I say Sadykhov is a lock of the week. This guy's getting the job done at home. On to the next. Mateusz Rebecki has found a short notice opponent. Roosevelt Roberts coming from the Ultimate Fighter. Oh my gosh. This guy's going to be a huge underdog. I can almost guarantee that. Rebecki's a play 100%. This is a setup fight for him to win. Roosevelt Roberts just wants an opportunity to come into the UFC again. Coming in here short notice, not a good look. He didn't look good in the Ultimate Fighter when it really mattered. He's not winning against Rebecki. Rebecki is the real deal. Against Loic Radzhabov, found the finish. I'd likely forecast him to find the finish here. I'm going to look more into this fight for sure because it just got announced this morning, I'm pretty sure. But Rebecki's the play. He's going to be a huge favorite, and he's going to be safe on your tickets, 100%. He's not going to be a Gabriel Bonfim. The next fight on the card, we got Steve Erceg and Alessandro Costa. And yeah, I forgot to predict this fight, and I just finished editing. So I'm just doing this little setup. This is good enough. Erceg won his last 5 fights, made his UFC debut against David Dvorak, who was 20-5, and got the win there. Unanimous decision. Was like a $3 underdog. And looking at his regional scene, he beat a 4-1 7-5, 2-0, and 12-4. So we don't really have much tape from him. We don't really know what to expect other than he will fight for your money. And he beat a guy that's 20-5. And I'm pretty sure it was on the ranks in the flyweight division. So expect the favorite here, Steve Erceg from Australia, to fight for your money and likely win this fight by a decision. I don't see him getting this done by a finish. When he steps up in competition, it's going to be a lot harder to finish guys, and this is one where he's going to need another unanimous decision, maybe a split decision, because looking at Costa, he is a good underdog here. He just beat Jimmy Flick by ground and pound, so he has some hands. And then he got knocked out to Mir Albazi. Albazi, I don't think too highly of this guy. He only has one loss. Should have lost to Kai Car France. Is what it is. We're going to keep moving on. He knocked out a guy that was 6-4 on the regional scene. On the Contender Series, split decision win, 12-0. He did not get the contract there, but then he stepped in short notice, if I'm not mistaken, against Albazi. So that's how he got that opportunity. And then he also had a knockout win on the regional scene against a guy that was 10-5. This is another fight where I don't really know what to expect from these two guys, but I'm going with the favorite. I have a little bit more confidence in Erceg for sure, and I gotta think this one's going the distance, so I'm going to be looking at over 1.5 in this fight, and maybe even this fight to go the distance. Both these guys are pretty tough, and like I said, when they step up in competition, they're not going to finish guys. I don't expect them to come out here too wild. They're pretty calculated and composed characters. Likely goes the distance. I feel very safe with the over 1.5 though. And next up, we got an underdog here. Tabatha Ricci and Lupita Godinez. And Ricci, I'm taking her for the underdog. I'm going to do it. Let's do it. I know Angela Hill, she was like the same price, 210. She got the job done by a decision. I think Ricci's going to get this one done by a decision. Let's go get it. Underdog. I'm going to go on Betway right now just to confirm she's still an underdog because I haven't edited all the odds yet. But Ricci's a bit younger here. I think these Brazilians are hot, and they're feeling hot. And they're going to get the job done here. You know, the reach, pretty much the same height, pretty much the same. These girls match up very good. I can't trust Lupita Godinez. I can't. I know she's been winning. She just finished Elise Reed. But, come on, guys. She has lost before. Luana Carolina. I remember that one. So, she has 3 losses, all by a decision. I think she's going to lose this one by a decision. We're going to take a quick look at it on Tapology before we pull up Betway. And Godinez, her latest loss was to Angela Hill. So, unanimous decision there. Ricci won her last 4, but her latest loss was to Manon Farrow by knockout. Not a bad knockout loss. Manon Farrow, she just beat Rose Namajunas, so I think Ricci's getting this one done. We're going to check Betway here in a minute. Actually, on Tapology, it says she's a plus 140 underdog. That's crazy. She's even more of an underdog now. I think she's getting it done, really. She won her last 4. Jillian Robertson, couldn't submit her. Couldn't even take her down, do anything there. Jessica Pena submitted her by armbar. Submissions live. Polyana Viana could not outstrike Ricci. Ricci has a big dump truck of a nurse too, so I like this girl a lot. I think she's getting it done. I'm going with the Brazilian. Maybe a little bit biased, but I think she's going to pay out with some plus money. Let's take it. I'm taking it. I'm done. I'm done thinking about it. I know a lot of people might like Lupita Godinez, but I don't like it. And before we enter the main card, smash that like button if you have not yet. Suplex the subscribe button. I really appreciate that support. And comment below 3 outcomes that you think are going to hit. Put the fighter, put how they think they're going to win, and you need 3 of them. You don't have to put plus whatever. You don't have to put the odds or anything like that. You just need 3 outcomes, and if you hit all 3 of them, I'll give you Patreon access on Discord for the rest of the year. And all what you got to do, put hashtag UFC forecast, alright? So just put 3 outcomes you think are going to hit. So let's go over 3 on the prelims. Let's say Ricci decision. You like that, you throw that one on there. Sadykhov, you can put that by finish. And then your third outcome, you can go, I'll give you access if you can get 3 outcomes. So comment below, help with the algorithm, help the Fight Fiend forecast out. Put hashtag UFC forecast, our former name. So we'll keep that the hashtag for fun, for some giveaways. But we can't keep the name. We can't put UFC on our logo or in our name just to be safe. We're going to cover our ass. And we're going to help make you guys some money. So the Fight Fiend forecast, we're fiending some more fights. let's enter the main card and keep it hot here. Another lock. Plus money lock, okay? And when you lock them both in, it's the same price as my underdog, plus 240. I'm not kidding. Let's pull it up. We got Diego Lopes. Yep. Some people I see commenting on Instagram asking if Lopes is a confident pick for some people. You know, I've been on Instagram. I haven't posted anything yet about this card because I'm focused on the research and getting this video out there. And Lopes is a lock this week at plus money. Pat Sabatini ain't winning. Lopes is younger. He's hungrier. He looked phenomenal against Mosvar, and he looked very good against Gavin Tucker. He found the submission in round 1. You know, I know it's Gavin Tucker, but he found it in round 1. He looked phenomenal. So why are you going to go with Pat Sabatini here? Okay, we're going to go look at Pat Sabatini and look at his success. I know he's coming off a submission win in round 2 to Lucas Almeida. Almeida's not impressing me. He's not impressing me, and he's not pulling through. I'm pretty sure me and Loaf thought Almeida had a chance as a dog, and he had no chance as a dog. So Pat Sabatini here, man, he has a loss, and it's to Damon Jackson in the first round by ground and pound. Okay, so the knockout is live. He also has an arm injury loss to a guy that was 5-3. So Lopes, round 1, is totally live for the finish. I'm probably going to take Lopes by finish just to be safe. I'm definitely taking that plus money to be safe with my other lock. And I know if you have listened to my forecast in the past, I wasn't a fan of the comb over for Lopes, but I'm going to ride with it. I'm going to make him my lock. I'm pretty confident. And next up, we got a fight I have no confidence in, guys. I might play it for inside the distance. I don't see this one going the distance, but now that I say that, yesterday I was thinking this fight's going the distance, so just don't do anything, okay? Just don't do anything. One of my favorite fighters, Benoit Saint Denis against Matt Frevola. This one's going to be fireworks in New York City. Frevola is very good in New York City. He can find the knockout shot. He doesn't mind getting pushed up against the fence. He has serious power. And Saint Denis likes to push people up against the fence, man. So I don't want him to lose this one. I like Benoit Saint Denis. I got to go Benoit Saint Denis, guys. If you listen to the channel, I'm a Benoit Saint Denis supporter, the god of war. But I know Frevola has also been to war. This guy, I have full respect for him. He has made me money in the past. I have picked him many times in the past. This guts me to go against him, and I will not bet against him. I'll tell you that right now. Saint Denis younger. I feel like he's hungry. This guy could be a future champion, but if he loses this fight, I feel very bad for saying that because I feel like he should really get this one done, probably by finish. Frevola was knocked out to Terrence McKinney, guys, and he also suffered a bad knockout loss in the first round to Polo Reyes. That guy was 11-4. Those aren't very good knockout losses. And his decision loss was to Erman Sarukian. And Benoit Saint Denis can play that same game plan. Get the takedowns, get the control, be more aggressive, push forward, be more accurate. I think Matt Frevola, if he doesn't land that big shot, guys, he's not winning this fight. Guys and girls, because there is a girl in the Discord. I want to shout her out. She's very good. So shout out to Danielle Brooks. I expect her to be in the giveaway section in the comments below as well. Because last time she was one of the 4 to try to enter the Patreon on Discord giveaway in the comment section below. So all what you got to do, put 3 outcomes that you think are going to hit and put hashtag UFC forecast. Our girl Danielle Brooks is going to be there trying to win Patreon. She actually said on Discord she was going to join Patreon this week for only $5 a month because it's so cheap. So if she didn't, she's probably going to get Discord because she's a sniper. She can easily snipe 3 outcomes on this card. But stay away from this one, Danielle. Frevola and Saint Denis. This is a close fight. It can go either way. My final thought on this fight, it's Frevola KO, or we're going Saint Denis by sub. On to the next. I'll talk about it more on the Friday show. So come back for the Friday show. We're going to see them face off. We're going to see them weigh in. And I hope to God I have more confidence on this one. And next up, we got a fight I have full confidence in. Jessica Andrade, Mackenzie Dern. Mackenzie Dern's the play. 144 I'm seeing right now. I love it. I love it. She's 2 years younger. Andrade is looking not good. But at the same time, she's fighting good competition. Tatiana Suarez, Erin Blanchfield. So Mackenzie Dern, you know, she could be in some trouble here on the feet. And Andrade could cash as an underdog here. She's hungry. She hasn't won it a bit too. She probably wants to keep that contract. I'll probably stay away. It's a women's fight. No offense to the women on the channel here listening. But I'm not going to bet this one. This is one I don't have confidence in. Andrade, I feel weird about this one. I have a weird feeling about this one. I'm not gonna lie. Andrade could knock out Mackenzie Dern. Dern's fallen in love with her striking, right? So if she wants to test her striking against Andrade, I don't think that's a great decision. Not at all. She should shoot takedowns if she can. Suarez actually struggled some takedowns there if you go back and watch that. So I'm just a little bit worried on this one. Dern should be the play. I was super confident in it. But now that I'm thinking about it, like, I can't be giving out confident plays when I know I'm going to second guess it. So I'm going to second guess it on the show here live. Dern is going to fall in love with her striking, try to strike. She could get a foot right in the stomach, you know what I mean? And drop, because that doesn't feel good. Andrade is known for some nasty kicks. I have a weird feeling about this one. Not going to play it whatsoever. This is another one we're going to have to talk about more on Friday. We're going to have to see them face off, weigh in, because that really gives us a better feeling about our predictions, honestly. Right now, the pick will be Mackenzie Dern. It's not confidence. Don't play it. We're going to see them face off. And next up, this is one I don't need to see them face off, okay? I'm not going to second guess this one. Sergey Pavlovich is the play. He could be another lock. It's a coin flip fight against Tom Aspinall. Aspinall has a 6-inch reach disadvantage. I think he is going to have no success striking here. I don't think he's going to have any success with the takedowns. Pavlovich has been on a round one just rampage, and I feel like it's going to continue. Round one KO. Pavlovich is the play for me. It's a coin flip. That's crazy. That's crazy. I'm sure there's a lot of British people in Europe, whatever, going Aspinall. Some people listening in the comments might be giving me heat. They might say Aspinall's the play. He's quicker. He's dynamic. But listen, power is going to shut this guy's lights out. Shut them out. Now, if you look at Aspinall, I'm going to pull up Topology. I'm a little bit behind because I was just rambling on. Sorry, bear with me. But Aspinall has 3 losses. And 2 of them are pretty recent. Actually, one of them's pretty recent. It was Curtis Blades, and it was the knee injury. Not much of a loss there. You know, he beat Tybura round 1, as expected. Volkov round 1, that was impressive. At home, though. Sergey Spivak knocked him out round 1. Arlovsky, Baudot, Collier. You know, he has some wins, but Pavlovich just has the edge on him here with the power. Looking at Pavlovich, he knocked out Curtis Blades. And that's the fight where Aspinall got hurt in. So Aspinall didn't have success in that fight. And Pavlovich found a lot of success. And a lot of people were going Blades in that one too, I believe. So Pavlovich was the underdog. Coin flip here. I'm pretty confident in it. I'm going to pull up Pavlovich here. Like, people are going to be back and forth on this one. I believe Pavlovich is going to be the next champion. He's going to scare away John Jones and Miocic. Think what you want, but he's going to prove it here. All knockout wins, all around one. Derek Lewis, Tuivasa, Curtis Blades, Shamil. Just no sweat. He's getting it done. And his loss was to Alistair Overeem in his UFC debut, I'm pretty sure. So Pavlovich is a clear play. Should have been a lock of the week, but he wasn't. If you want to tag another lock onto my 2, Pavlovich is definitely it. Definitely it. I don't see him losing. If he loses, I will do a shoey bet. Let's do it. Shoey bet. If Pavlovich loses, nobody has to go against me either. I'm so confident in Pavlovich. Knockout shot too. So knockout Pavlovich. And next up, we got the main card. And the main card and co-main events have been sketchy the last couple of weeks. But these 2 fights, I'm pretty confident in. They're title fights. You know, you got to have some action. You got to have some action here. Yuri Procházka's coming back after an injury against Alex Pereira. It just seems like to me the UFC wants Pereira to win. I know he lost to Izzy. I know he got caught in that one, but he wanted to move up to 205. So now he's here. So I feel like that was the goal the whole time. The falling out with Izzy now, it is what it is. But I feel like Pereira's the next in line for this belt. Yuri Procházka, he hasn't been in the UFC that long. He hasn't. I thought he has, but he really hasn't. He's 29, 3-1, has tons of experience, but looking at his UFC experience, not that much. Against Glover Teixeira, took him to the 5th round, found the submission there. That was a good win, but now he has to come back from an injury, not active. I'm not confident in him. I feel like Poatan is going to have that power again. Like, the power is going to play a factor in these fights. I'm going with the power, obviously. I'm going with another knockout shot, obviously. Topology isn't loading for me. But Pereira against Blachowicz, it was a split decision. It was greasy. To me, it seemed like the UFC wanted him to win there when his hand got raised. I didn't think his hand was going to get raised. We got it done. I feel like we're going to get it done here. This time it's going to be more comfortable. He's 36. It's now or never. He's going to need a big knockout shot. I feel it coming early too. Procházka fights with his hands down. He's wild, unorthodox. And Pereira has seen lots of that. He's going to capitalize. He's going to get the job done here. It's not a lock play for me, but it's definitely a play that I'm going to look to bet. Can't wait to see them face off. Can't wait to see them weigh in. And right now, the odds have Procházka as an underdog. I think the odds have it right. But we're going to see them face off and weigh in. So stay tuned for the Friday show. I'll be back. I'll give out some bets. I'll give out all my props as well. So if you've been listening, we'll go over the locks and dogs right now. And first up, we started the card off with the dog of the week at plus 240. Denis Buzukja. This guy's fighting Jamall Emmers. Emmers did lose a split decision last time to Jack Jenkins in Australia. It was greasy. Probably should have won, but I feel like this one could get greasy again. And like I said, if you listen to the prediction, I forecast that this guy can find a finish. So Patreon members are going to have access to some bets on that part. And next we're going to talk about the locks of the week. And they're also plus 240. We're going to take Diego Lopes, Nazim Sadykhov, put them both together. You're getting that plus 240. And the locks are going to stay hot. We're 4 in a row. Looking to go 6 in a row. Listen to the full predictions because these guys are high confidence plays for me. Join Patreon for only $5 a month if you want access to all my bets, because I'll probably have some single bets on these guys, and they'll be in some parlays. So join Patreon, $5 a month, exclusive early access to all the bets. We're going to have a forecast forensic cheat sheet this week as well, and the platinum picks with the confidence levels, method of victories, round outcomes are already out there. Jump on Patreon, link is in the bio below. And if you want to become a forecaster on Discord, it's absolutely free. The link is also in that bio below. So hit the link, and while you're down there, comment 3 outcomes that you think are going to hit. So I gave you my 2 locks. I gave you my dog. I gave you all my predictions. The least you can do, comment 3 outcomes you think will hit. Help with the algorithm. If they hit, if you're on Discord, you get exclusive access to Patreon. I'll give you access for the rest of the year. If we have more than one winner, all yous, if you're on Discord, get access to the Patreon on Discord for the rest of the year. All the sport bets are on there. The cheat sheets are on there. The platinum pick sheets are on there. So you're going to want access to the Patreon for absolutely free just by commenting 3 outcomes you were confident in this week. So you can take my lock, Diego Lopes, take him by a finish. Sadykhov, take him by a finish. And if you want to take my underdog, take him by a finish. If all yous put that in, all yous will get access. Simple as that. Put your comments below. Help with the algorithm. We're all feeding some good fights this week. It's a pay-per-view card. We're going to make some money. And like I said, we're going to make the bread. More specifically, we're going to make that cake because we just woke up and got baked. Let's go get it. I'm going to be making some bets here today. So hopefully some people join Patreon and join that Discord. Start commenting below. We're going to have some fun this week. I'm going to be posting some short videos on Instagram as well. So if you're not on Instagram, join Instagram. Hopefully have some more tweets as well. So join X, formerly Twitter. That's a dumb name change like I've been saying. So join X, join Instagram, join TikTok. I'm going to have some videos this week. And I'm looking at some sports today. Let's actually pull up a bet for everybody that stayed on. Everybody that stayed here till the end and on this live stream, because I've been doing the premiere. This should be a premiere right now. I'm going to do the premiere. We're going to do a live bet. All you just thought the video was over, right? I was just rambling on, going about random stuff. So smash the like button because you love the video. NHL, NBA. Been doing good at the NBA. Let's look at that. We're going to November. I don't even think there's NBA on. And we got lots of games on in the NHL today, so I'll probably cook up something there. But for you guys, the free bet, I'm looking at the Tampa Bay Lightning and Montreal Canadiens. We're going to do a same game parlay. And in this game, I really like 2-player points here. I'm going with the home team. The Canadiens are another team that are hot. Tampa Bay just lost in Toronto. They blew the lead. They were up like 4-1 in the first period. They were destroying Toronto, and then they blew the lead, lost in overtime. Last night, Montreal had a rest. They're going to come out hot here, and these two players are sure to get a point. Cole Caulfield, Nicholas Suzuki, put them both on the same game parlay. It's 210. You can double your money. This 100% hits everybody, so you're welcome.